Okay, so today, as I was checking Twitter, I came across this post from Gecko, which they talked about the most important narratives in the crypto in 2024 going into 2025. And number one is meme coins, which I just don't like them at all because in terms of fundamentals, they are basically nothing. And if you are invested in them, I'm not judging you. You're probably making more money than me, but I am kind of a traditional investor, meaning I don't really like coins without any decent fundamentals. So I'm going to ignore this thing. And the second narrative, you know it, is artificial intelligence. Now, why is this so important? Because it seems like that the whole market is considering internet computer as an AI related project. And I told you before, I do believe that there are some truth to this thing. And I think this idea will get much more validated by the launch of Caffeine AI. More on that hopefully in another video. But the point that I'm trying to make is this. Once this AI narrative kicks in, I promise you ICP is just going to go to the moon. And if you think that market is not considering ICP as an AI related project, well, okay, do not take my word. Let's go on CoinGecko and select categories, and let's go down to find AI. Where is it? There we go. Do we have ICP in here or not? Absolutely. Alongside Near Protocol, this is a very important AI related project. And again, I do believe with the launch of Caffeine AI, this will actually get much more validated. Now, saying these things when the prices are down, I know it's kind of hurtful and not a whole lot of people are willing to listen. But again, if you are a traditional investor like me, these times should be the best ones for you. You are definitely having the best opportunity to invest in a lot of great projects in crypto. And I'm not saying that you should absolutely take my words. No, you should definitely do your own due diligence, come up with your own conclusion. And then if you thought, for example, Project X is a good token, then okay, you can watch some YouTube videos about it. For me, I have definitely done my research. I think Internet Computer is a fantastic project and its future is definitely bright. That's why I am heavily invested in it. And also in the last couple of days, when we went down to somewhere around the $9 region, I actually added some to my bag because honestly, I didn't actually get in ICP as soon as you guys down here. No, I know one of my members actually said that their average purchase is somewhere around $4 to $5. My average purchase is actually somewhere around 8.9 to about $9. So right in here, about $9 for me, make perfect sense to add some to my holdings because I believe in terms of structures, we are just having the best possible bullish structure that we could ever ask for in any chart. You see, in Internet Computer, in my opinion, there is an extremely high chance that this whole move down is just a correction structure, and after it's over, or maybe it's over already, we are going to check this part of the price action in today's video. Specifically, we are going to have a big move up in order to at least take the highest side in here for the first target around $15.5. But I'm thinking we're not going to stop here. No, in the short term, I expect from this area even another 40% move up in order to reach to about the next important resistance area all the way up here between $19.5 to about $21.5. Now, the real show is actually going to start after we get a break of this region, because above here, we're not really having a whole lot of strong resistances. That's why I believe after getting a break of this thing, our move up in Internet Computer is going to accelerate quite a bit, and you are going to see a magnificent bull run in this project in this cycle. Now, in terms of whether the bottom in the short term is in or not, well, okay, let's zoom in more. There we go. You see, in my analysis, I use a whole lot of Elliott waves. And if you want to argue that, for example, we're going to have our final bottom around here, maybe this is like a very important support, then okay, you must be able to find off of the lowest low a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up. This specific example is a normal 5 wave. The rules for it are we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of impulsive structure, wave 3 should not be the smallest wave. This is a big no-no in Elliott waves. Now let's go around here and see what is happening. So here's the deal. This move up in internet computer is actually quite a strong one, which is a very important characteristic of an impulsive movement. And if you go on some lower time frames, you can actually find an impulsive structure in this area. Followed by that, this might be actually a correction structure, and I think the best pattern that I can think of is going to be a WXY in form of a double zigzag. Nonetheless, doesn't really matter what's happening in here. What really matters is this move up starting from the lowest low down here about $9.6. Why is that? Well, let's go on 15-minute chart. I don't usually go on such lower time frames, but this is for the sake of educational purposes, so I'm thinking it's actually fine. Okay, in my opinion, this is going to be an extremely clear 5-wave impulsive structure on the upside. This is wave 1. And probably I would say to about here or here, doesn't really matter. We are having a correction for wave 2, after it, big move up into wave 3. This whole move down is a correction for 4. And then at the moment, we are on our way to complete the subwaves for our wave 5. Now, why is this thing matter so much? Well, okay, let me just talk to you about a very specific pattern called an ABC zigzag, which the subwaves for it are going to be like this. 5-wave up into A, there we go, correction for wave B, maybe ABC, maybe WXY, doesn't really matter, and then another 5-wave up into our ceiling. Let's go now on the live chart and see what is happening. So we can have in the short term in ICP 2 different possibilities. Scenario number 1 suggests that the bottom is in, and we can say according to that possibility, this is 5-wave up into a wave 1, correction for wave 2, and this move up is going to be into our wave 3, correction for 4, another move up into wave 5, which again basically suggests that our uptrend is going to continue for quite a bit and the bottom is in. Can we have another scenario? We must have another scenario always, all the time, and that is going to be the bearish one, which suggests that from here we're gonna have an A, B, C zigzag. And again, the reason that I want to argue this is probably, in case of a bearish scenario, an ABC zigzag and nothing else, is the fact that in here we are having a 5-wave impulsive structure up. Now, why does this thing matter so much? Because in the short term, if you want to be bearish in ICP and say we're gonna have another move down, then okay, I would argue you need to have your eyes on actually this low around $9.6. Why is that? Because if from here, or maybe a bit higher, doesn't really matter, we get a move down and in that move we take this low, then okay, at that point, how are you able to find a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 even here? For me, it's actually going to be pretty much impossible, and we're going to say at that point, you know what, this is indeed just a correction, and from here we're going to continue our move down in order to take this low and maybe go quite a bit lower than that. But I want to be very clear, since the general picture in internet computer is 1000% bullish, right around the lows in this area, I'm actually going to start thinking about opening some long positions. So you see, if you want to be bearish in ICP, what you want to see is a move down in order to take this low, and at that point you can be bearish with quite a bit of confidence. Now, what needs to happen in order for me to lean towards the bullish scenario a bit more? Well, you probably, I'm guessing, you know it if you are a regular viewer. A choppy move on the downside right in here, and then after it, another decent move up. Why is that? Because at that point, I'm gonna be able to say, look, in ICP, this is a wave 1, this is a correction for wave 2, and we're gonna get a big move up into wave 3, 4, 5, and odds are that the bottom is in. So if we see some choppy moves on the downside in the next week, at that point we can actually be quite optimistic with a decent amount of confidence. Again, what we do not want to see is a sharp move down in order to take this low. However, overall, I want to be absolutely clear. It doesn't really matter what's going to happen in this area and whether we're going to go down from here or maybe up. No, one way or the other, we are 1000% bullish. And in internet computer, I fully believe that if I just zoom in more, okay, we are having off of the lowest low in this region about $2.5, 5-wave up into a wave 1. This is a correction for wave 2, and after it's over, which I do think that it's over already, we are going to be on our way to have a huge move into wave 3 and 4 and 5, and I fully believe that these waves are going to happen in the cycle. That's why I am so optimistic, and believe me, once the AI narrative is going to kick in, you are going to see some magnificent moves in AI related projects, including ICP. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Internet Computer's chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the market, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.